And good evening. Warp103 bringing another Conan Exiles. And this one here is going to be a little bit different. Just have a question for all of y'all. Is Conan Exiles dead? This is the question that, I've had asked me a couple of different ways from a couple of different people, and we're going to go into some of the questions that we have and everything else of that about, is this actually just a dead game? Just no one knows it yet. This is what this one's all about. So, in the meantime, I want you to hit that like, subscribe button. It really helps the channel out and everything else of that. Again, giveaways coming in should be in another 2 weeks from now for that. I'll give them firm dates for that just before it comes, about a week before time, just before it comes out, just to make sure that everybody's up to date on when the giveaway is actually going to happen. So, let's get to this debate. Again, it's come to my attention so that playing through the game and everything else so that I see a couple of things that are, well, problems that really play into whether this game is dead or not. Okay. So, the game has only been out less than a year. Okay, truthfully speaking, so that, and we've had some issues with the game that a lot of people have basically glossed over, haven't talked about, let go, things of that nature. Number one is, okay, the graphics quality when, actually no, let me get back. Number one is actually when you play the game, it is very, very, very unpolished. Now, unpolished can go into a variety of different things, but the number one is the FPS and the quality of the game that you're getting for the current frames per second that you get inside the game. Now, I'm loading into the game right now. This is another thing. Now, it shouldn't take this long for this game to load into the game. You know, you're loading into a game that should be much quicker than this. I mean, I go into Overwatch, you've seen me play and everything else like that. How long it takes to get into each section of the game. And every other section is, well, super fast to get in. You've seen it when I've crashed in the game, it's like that, and I've gotten in fast. Now, my system is, I have a system that has 6 cores. I have a Radeon 5, I think it's 570, which was top of the line back in the day, but still, if you're looking at a current game, it's like that, it's still better than the R6 Radeons that are out there right now. So, if it's that bad with a system that, again, this is mid-range. I'm gonna go to my graphical settings. We're going to go into settings now. Notice that the game, for me, everything is on low. Anti-aliasing, everything else like that is on low. Now I can turn this stuff up. Again, my processor is a 3.0. It's like that. AMD processor. Should be no problem running the game out. You've seen my other videos so that they run 50 FPS or better. Some may have a hiccup every now and then when it drops and everything else, or something opens in the background. But most of the time when you see me online streaming and everything, I'm streaming live. So I also have something else open in the background, which is OBS running in the game. So, as you can see right here, it's like that the graphics quality is, well, for what you're looking at, it's not really that great. For me to get, I mean, I'm playing at 30 frames per second right now, but look at my GPU temperature. It climbs up. I'm using 75%. So basically, it's hitting my graphics card processor completely. Now watch what happens when I go, okay, let's do this. Outside. Now, again, my CPU is at 100 and everything else of that. That's with me having other tasks open in the background. I'm very cold. Sorry. Oh, I'm actually dying. Why am I dying? Why am I dying? Sorry about that. Let's run inside real quick. Go back inside. But you get to the point that I'm saying. I'm outside, and the graphics just are not up to what the stuff should be for the given settings. I mean, literally, again, let's go back out. Now, you see I'm inside. If I'm looking in certain locations, now there's nothing happening. There's no combat happening. There's nothing else going on. But yet, it's depressingly bad. Now, you probably say, okay, well, you might be running stuff in the background that's, you know, compromising, excuse me, compromising the game, or things like that. No, that's not really the case. Usually, every time I go into this game and everything else to that, I can see when there's a problem, because with the stream and everything else to that, and I'll go into the background and say, okay, what's causing it? Do I have something open in the background? Now, yeah, now sometimes that happens when Superfetch decides to do something stupid or everything else like that, but most of the time, it's just the game itself. So, that's a hello guy. All right. Now again, that's just one aspect of the game. The other aspect of the game, so that you notice, so that there's, let's go to the map. Now, content-wise, okay, there's a whole, actually the better yet. This is a prime example. I'm going to go up to the top right here. This is where the map ends at, okay? So you can see by the map. Now, this looks like you have a giant map. You have a whole area that you can explore. But no, really you don't. Literally, this whole section right here, meaning 1/4 of the map, is virtually non-existent. No, actually more than a quarter. There's nothing up here in this whole section of the map. Nothing. Okay. Well, you're like, okay, well, that's more area for them to build on everything else to that, but you should actually have this already out. This should already be built out for you to actually do more stuff in and everything else to that. All right. So we've already talked about the graphics are not up to where it's supposed to be. We already talked about the map. Again, there's a lot of surface area that there's not supposed to be. Okay, you can say, well, you might be able to upgrade later and so that, put additional things in, everything else. Okay, fine. So let's go with that. Everything else like that. Now, let's go back inside. Let me talk to the guy over here. Let's go back inside. Now, there's a couple of things that really, again, if you want to make this more, you know, more realistic, so your game will last long and everything else today, and everything will be good. Let's go back inside. We're safe. We're actually going to hit R, right? And we're going to click relax, and we're going to click sleep. All right. Now, you see my character basically lays down, sleeps on the floor and everything else to that, which is cool. All right. So you can actually lay down and sleep. But the problem that I'm having is, let's say I have a bed. Whoops. Let's say I have a bed. Sorry about that. Just letting the guy know I'm to base. Let's say I have a bed. As you've seen in my main location and everything else, I have a bed. I literally have to crawl, basically get on top of the bed, like this. Okay. And then hit sleep. But it doesn't look natural. It looks like it's an afterthought at that point. It's like, okay, well, we put it in there that you can actually lay down. You have a thing to actually that says rest, but you don't actually rest. You actually just, you know, the mechanic is wrong. Now, you could have fleshed this out so that you can have you to sit there, lay down correctly, Or when you're sitting in a chair, like again, when we're at the main base, you're seeing it's like that. Okay, when I sat down on the chair, I sat on the chair correctly, but I had no access to the table. I couldn't use a table. I couldn't do anything else like that. I couldn't do anything that was noteworthy to the game. So if you wanted to do something like role playing, like my couple episodes back that I was doing a Christmas one, and I wanted to make a feast. You see me make tables. I had the whole tables laid out and everything else of that. I put the chairs down and everything else of that. You know, I'm like, okay, well, if that's the case, I'm gonna make. You see me get specific food for making a feast and everything else of that. They should have made it so that the feast that I made, that is in my hotbar in my inventory, that I could have put on the table. I could have sat down at the table and, you know, you can see me eat. Things like that. These are things that actually put depth to the game. That's what you don't have in the game right now. There's no depth. Yes, I can go somewhere and go Conan and kill, but there's no real depth to the game as if you want to make it your own. As if you want to make it a fantasy. You know. So, and that's another issue. You see how the flag is actually clipping into the building? You have things that are in the game that are messed up that they should already fix. Another thing is when it rains. Okay, I'm in a building now. They have part of the mechanic, right? So without this fireplace here, I would basically freeze to death and everything else. The fireplace keeps the thing warm. But yet, we've been asked about when it rains, so it stopped raining inside of your base. Now, if you have, again, if you don't have the proper roof on inside there and everything else like that, okay, I can see that it leaks through. As you've seen a couple of times, I've actually made a thatch roof. Okay, it's raining right now. Prime example. So part of my roof, you can see right here, now this should have leaks going through it because it's the wrong type. This here is supposed to be insulated roof. It doesn't matter if I have insulated roof, I have a thatch roof, I have whatever roof I have, it still comes right through. I'm going to show you, well, I'm going to go inside. I'm just going to fall down here right here real quick. Close the door back. Okay. Now, I'm going to get to what a light source is so you'll see for yourself. Okay, do you see the rain that's actually hitting inside the roof? Now, again, if I'm outside, if I'm saying this, great. It should show rain. It should show, I should, if I'm in the frozen north and stuff like that, I should see snow falling on my location. If I'm this far north, right? Okay. Now just think of it for a second. For just the immersion part of it. I'm in the north. Right here, this section here, you see snow on the ground. Why do I have heavy rain and it says very cold? If you see the temperature that is right now, this should be snow. Now, the only time you actually get snow is if literally you go into this section right here, and there's only a small band that actually you have snow. Okay. Which is bad. Now, you see this fog that's right here. Why do I have fog? In the frozen north like this, this is just the developers saying, it's like, okay, let's cheat out. Let's go ultra cheap. And we don't have to, put things down to where it's supposed to be. Okay, no problem. This is another thing that just bothers me. Now, the well. How the hell am I getting water? Why is water on the well on the thing like this? Now, I can see if they say that. Now, the problem was, there was a few patches ago, if you put the well on land like this, where you'd actually figure, okay, if you drill down, you put a well in and everything else, so that the land is giving you water, it made sense. But it used to be if you I've lost so many wells that if you put it down on land, remember by the main base, I was bitching and moaning about that if you had the well down, it wouldn't give you no water. Literally, if you didn't put it up like this, that's why I'm in the habit of actually doing it like this, the well would literally not give you water. You literally would be screwed out of all the materials to make that. Okay. Then the other thing is, which again, this is not housekeeping. This is stuff that, you know, this is the open world. You've seen me, I think it was 2 episodes before this, that literally I'm running and there's literally nothing here. There's nothing. If you are actually in a forest environment like down here or a mountainside and everything else like that, you don't see the occasional goat. You see lots of animals. Rabbits, leopards, snow leopards, everything else like that. None of that stuff is here. It's like the game is stagnant in its pursuit of what it was putting out. It's like, okay, let's throw this together in an open world environment and let's forget about all the rest of the stuff that really need to make it happen. Okay, so let's forget about that. Let's put all that to the side. Now they're finally putting in some in the next patch that you can actually write your own story about who you are and everything else like that. Okay. You're finally getting inside of here so that, you know, you've seen all of them all the way up into the north in order for me to catch fish. That would be like one of the first things you would actually do if you're in an open environment down when you first start out. Is that should have been your #1 task, catching fish. Simple little things that you would figure are #1 priorities are not priorities. It's like the game it's completely forgotten what it really wants to be or what it really wants to do. So these are some major issues that they haven't covered. Now, they add content. Now, oh, sorry. They add content. They add, you know, new uniforms. I call them uniforms. New skins that you put on. You have all that stuff like that. But your character, again, you have new skins, new everything else like that. You have all these different things that you can buy extra, but that doesn't really change the content. That's just a skin mod. Again, if you want to sell skin mods for everything else like that, that's fine. Don't make it as if it's the major game. Again, I want to be able to do stuff. I want to be able to run around and kill things, but even that is not enjoyable if it's all your gameplay. I want to be able to search around and find different things. Find some lore. Find some things that you would make the story go forward. You have your journey log. That's it. It basically wants you to climb, do fire trebuchet, climb a tower of bats, things like that. Squish something in the fluid press. Drink water from a well. That's not part of the lore. That's not part of the story. Just like finding Conan, it's like, okay, well, you found Conan. Now I'm gonna show you one thing that they've added to basically make it so that you're kind of following the story. Okay. So there is a story involved. It was when you talk to Conan, there was a small little tidbit about this, about getting free of the exile lands and everything else like that. But it was so minimum, so few and far between. It's like nothing was talked about, nothing was there. So you know, what are you doing? Well, I think I need to be up. Just go this way. It'd be fine. Oh, I didn't even grab food. Ah, crap. I did that the other day. So, fortunately, I have to go back to the base. But I want to show you exactly what the only thing that's around is you'll find certain tablets that tell you that there's another part of the story that, okay, if you find this tablet, it will get you to find out how to remove the bracelet safely and everything else like that. But it's so few. Oh, those are the bats. Nope, those are the bats. Nope, those are the bats. Sorry. It's so few and far between that it's like, why? It should be a constant effort to drive you at least part of the way to find one of those tablets, or to say so that you found one of, let's say, 100 of these tablets. You have no way of knowing how many of these things you need to progress the game along. Every game that I've ever known that played like this, you have a setting, a set point that, of course, again, the world's open. It's so open you can take years and years and years and never find the absolute part that you need, which would be fine. But you have to know that it's there. You have to stay at the beginning or give some semblance of it to know that there's something else for you to do. Without that, you're basically, well, just running around with a chicken like a chicken with a head cut off. Let's choke down some food. Okay. So that's the thing that gets me. Now I'm gonna, hopefully I can get to where the tablet is. Tablet is right here. So I'm just gonna show you. Oh, it's gonna take me a while to get there. What I'm actually talking about. What this actually means. Again, the game is dying. It's stagnant. It's not. Yes, I just threw away the plot line. It's dying. It's stagnant. There's nothing more for you to do once you. That's like the guy was asking me. Oh, I see you almost hit level 60. Okay, next part is you go from making basically wood weapons, bone weapons, to stone weapons, to iron, to steel, and then from that point there you make star metals. That's it. Now each one of these metals make it, you can face stronger opponents, things like that. But that's all it does. You're still fighting an NPC. Now, of course, you can make the NPCs harder. You can make it so that they're impossible to win against unless you have certain things, which happens in a lot of places. But that's not really what it's all about. He said, Exiles is more like Minecraft than Skyrim. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Because Minecraft, but the thing about it is Minecraft, you literally can make more stuff. You can make your own story. You can, with Minecraft, again, my kids play it all the time and everything else to that. I've seen them go and play Minecraft and decide, you know what, today we're going to make an epic base, fight the Ender Dragon, go all of these things that you can actually do. You can role play. They watch something called Afmao, where literally you can make different character things like that, and you can do all the things. I've been to other servers that have role playing, but you can't role play really. You can't sit down like at the beach, like the series with Afmao. So again, I hate to call it another channel, but yeah, they go to the beach. They make chairs. You can sit out in a chair. You can eat fake food and everything else of that. You don't even get to eat food. There's no animation for it. I mean, even again, Minecraft, let's prime example. At least with that one, you have a rudimentary thing that your hand is moving and you're eating the food. That's a simple thing. But it's not in this. It's just kill, kill, kill. Now, again, I'm not bashing the game because I do like it. Oh crap. Fuck. I like the hack and slash part of it. But, just like this enemy here. This is a northern guy. He was nothing. Now, again, they're going to be making the NPCs. Next patch, the NPCs are going to get harder. Especially these northern NPCs. But it's basically, watch, it's just rinse and repeat. Oh, and I haven't even went there before. Okay, this one before. Okay, so you have different weapons classes, but what happens to the sorcery? What happened to you going to make sorcerers where you can do different things? That was supposed to be in the game already. It's not here. Now again, this is another thing that I'm talking about. Okay, I've killed everybody at this camp here, right? I'm looting their bodies. Why didn't you have an animation for me going down and searching the body? That's something that's a visual that would say, oh, I'm doing something else in the game. Now that might after time get tired. Okay, then you have, again, these wooden posts right here. Again, I have a sword. Why can't that animation me taking it out, dismantling their camp, that it may regenerate after so much time, but it doesn't do that. I should be able to go in here and like that, wreck their camp, and it should make it so that these NPCs take a long period of time to regenerate, and they have to rebuild all this stuff like that. Or the other thing is that I should be able to go, okay, they're all dead. They have a campfire right here. I should be able to literally press E like I'm in my own base and use a campfire. Now I can see if this was somebody else's campfire. This is a live person's campfire. No, you can't do that. Fine. But this is an NPC. This should be readily available that, okay, if I chop down some stuff, I can use their campfire to do things with. I should be able to chop down their palisades, again, only for the NPCs, and raid their stuff. Okay, another prime example. When I'm around these logs and everything else like that, now when you're in your base, they give you warmth, you can get food and everything else like that, but it does nothing for me. I can be in the cold north where I'm getting frostbite. There's a fire growing right next to me, but it has no effect on my character. So, again, that's a level of detail that you're missing out on. You're missing that something, I don't even want this. You're missing that player interaction that, you know, everybody actually needs. Yes, I found a new location. Woohoo, what did I do? Did the same thing I always do. Kill the people inside of there, and their base is still standing. I can't do nothing with it. Nothing. I can't knock their stuff over. I can't hack the boxes, break their water. Oh, found something. This is what you get. You learn new recipes. Okay, that's great, but what else? Now, you learned a new recipe. Does it tell you what the recipe does? No. You basically have to find out for yourself what that actually does. Now, looking at the deals for the rocks, again, this looks great. You're like, okay, I have rocks. I have things I can do. I have, sorry about that. I have things over here I can chop up. That's just part of the grind. I understand that. That's part of all games like this, but there's more depth that you can put into it. There's more stuff that you can do, and just, I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? Yes, I am. Crap. Yep, I need to go up the mountainside. So, let's go to the next thing. Crafting. Or the joke that is crafting. Now, most games that have crafting, you have something called a recipe book. A recipe book tells you what crafts, how you can craft, and everything else of that. Or again, just like I found that note there, I should be finding those all over that says, okay, this is how you craft steel. And that should be in a book that I add pages to, so I can say, okay, you open up your recipe book and your recipe says, okay, this is how I make steel. This is how I make iron. This is how I make, well, gruel for that matter. The simplest thing in the game to make. That should be in the lowland section to find out, okay, well, I can make gruel. Something that can sustain me and get me through at least part of the game. Nothing like that exists. It's like, why? Why would you leave that something like that out? That's, again, if you want your people to explore the world, you want them to find, okay, how to make star metal, okay. So give them, okay, you have to go to a certain area to find a recipe that actually you can make things with. Not guess, not have to go to the internet to say, okay, how do I make this? Or how do I make that? Okay. The other thing is, when you capture a thrall, I'm in the northern section. My base is way basically over that way. If there's any water hazards around, I can't get the thrall over to. Now, and then again, this is something that's coming in the next patch that should have been already done since the beginning. Thralls are coming that will float, meaning that if you capture them in an area that you go over water, they'll just float along and you swim across and they follow you. Wow, that's wonderful. But it should have been here since the beginning. This is stuff that you might think would happen all the time. I've lost so many thralls from just doing obvious stuff, like going near water and then all of a sudden, well, the thrall it's stuck in the water. I've lost a thrall. Don't even count the times, the many times that the thrall just basically falls through the earth. Like, oh, thrall, oh, yeah, right near the base, and they just disappear. Now let's talk about the physics, because this is another thing that bothers the hell out of me. The physics suck. I mean, there's no other way of putting it. The physics absolutely bite. I should see blood spray, spurt, or when I chomp into somebody, I should see the actual motion of the swing and the blood when they cut fly off. Or I should see the blood splatter everywhere. You see it, and it's gone already. It literally disappears almost instantly. That's not how that should work. It's not immersive that way. It doesn't really make you feel that you're part of the game. Just like the rain that's coming down right now, it's like that. It's just boring. If this is that much rain for happening for this long period of time, again, like this area right here, you can see that they were actually trying to put in that, okay, this is going to be a water puddle from the amount of rain. But it's not there. It's like, why? Why did you fuck this up? You could have made this so much interesting. Again, for what my graphics are doing right now, I should have so much more to justify it. This should be a high setting. And I'm not even getting on how dumb the NPCs are. I mean, oh, really? That's just a separate issue on its own. So, you know, again, now everybody probably say, okay, this guy is just absolutely bashing the game. Oh, no. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get people more aware of what this game can be. And hopefully, someone will see this, a developer, some blogger, somebody that's bigger than me that says, you know what, he's right. Why don't we see if we can contact, you know, whoever's in charge and say, hey, this is a couple ideas. This is things that will make the game a little more interesting, more playable, will build your fan base. Because I see potential. I see areas that this game can thrive. But you got to implement it. You have to actually make it so that it's, well, alive. It's got to be a breathing thing. Oh man, I just thought I ate. Ugh. You know, it's something that I like this game. I like this game a lot. But you know, I may be what they call in one of the atypical personalities. Like, okay, well, I can deal with stuff like this. I have kids that I bought each one of them a copy of this game, and when they play with me, and we doing fighting, killing, pillaging, and all other type of stuff, they find it fun. But then when they play it on their own, they're absolutely bored. They're like, what, why? And then they'll go play something like League of Legends or, oh, I can't think of a name right now for that. Well, Minecraft is the other one they play it, everything else of that. It's like you have it here. You have stuff that actually can be fruitful. You have something that can make this game really, really good. And I missed it again. But it's just not there. It's just something missing. Something enjoyable. Again, it's another village that I come up to. They have, okay, and it's the same thing. Repetitive. Come on out for me to kill you. That's it. Yes, come on. Don't have any strategy. Just again, making the NPCs tougher is not really going to, okay, let's just like, okay. He has a shield. He never uses it. That's why I rarely even use mine. Why? Because they really use their shield. They have it there. Just look at the NPCs right here. They're like, oh, yeah, well, my guy is fighting. Instead of they come in and help to end me, basically. Nope. Let's fight them one at a time. It's fine. Oh, another NPC right there. Hey, how you doing? You're stuck right there? Oh, you don't know what to do? No problem. Let me just come in here, wreck your stuff. Oh, you're clipping through the wood? It's fine. Next. Oh, you want to shoot me with the thing? This is all it's a hack and slash. With not enough story. Hello, I'm right here. Waiting. Let's shoot through the wall. Not coming around and try to hit me. Nope. Oh, I was actually on the spikes. My bad. Well, I'm going to call this one for the night for that. Y'all have heard what I'm saying and everything else of that. You'll have to call it for yourself to see if you think it's the same or not. Again, we'll be doing the giveaway in about 2 weeks and everything else of that. That's when the next giveaway is going to be coming through. I just wanted to, talk about this game and see, let you know and see if I had anybody else that think it's different and everything else of that. But to the question, is this game dead? Well, if it continues at the way it's rated is right now, without adding some new content, new quality stuff that you can actually do, I have to say, yes, it will be. But this is my thoughts on the matter. Yours might be different. Let me know in the comments what you really think of it and everything else of that. Again, the giveaway will be happening in 2 weeks. That's when the next giveaway I'll be doing and stuff like that. So you'll have to stay tuned and everything else of that. But this is going to be short and sweet today. So this is Warp103 saying, hopefully you're having a great day. Warp out, have fun, and catch you on the next one. Again, please hit that like, subscribe in the comment section. I sure appreciate it. Until then, I'm out.